I'm Delegate Lee Carter. I'm a member of Virginia's House of Delegates. I was elected this past November, thanks largely to the help of Sister District. And I represent the city of Manassas and parts of western Prince William County. I'm an electronics repairman by trade. I grew up in North Carolina in sort of a dead-end town and joined the military at age 18 to get out of there and get started with my life. I moved up to Northern Virginia after I got out of the military. And it was an experience with actually the Virginia Workers' Comp Commission that pushed me to run for office. I was hurt at work and couldn't get the help that I needed through the Workers' Comp Commission. And after I was able to get back up on my feet, I started looking around for someone to help fix the problem. And there weren't really any takers. So I said, all right, fine, I'll step forward and I'll run for state office and I'll fix the problem. It was a very, very long road to get here. But the 2 years worth of hard work paid off. Sister District really stepped forward in a huge way. Y'all were instrumental to my success. And we had folks in districts all across the country. I mean, we had a district I think one in Pennsylvania, one in New Jersey, one in New York. And then sort of the superstar of the group was out in California. The California group was just tremendously helpful, and I couldn't have done it without them. People asked a lot down in Richmond, is this everything that you expected? And they were expecting me to say no, but I ran a 2-year campaign talking about how broken things were, and it was exactly what I expected. So, clearly there is a lot of work to do down in Richmond to fix the political system, to get it running the way that people are taught that it runs. The people of Virginia deserve an open and transparent political process where people are making decisions based on public hearings, where the public hearings aren't just political theater, where there are actual politics involved there. Workers' comp was the reason that I ran. So out of my 12 bills, 3 of them were workers' comp related. But I had a good mixture of different topics of bills that I brought. So I had the 3 workers' comp bills. I had a bill dealing with mandatory meal breaks. I carried a bill that dealt with the disposal of coal ash, because in Prince William County, we have a large coal ash facility. I also carried a pedestrian safety bill, a net neutrality bill. Unfortunately, we didn't have any success getting any of them passed. New ideas take time in Richmond, but we did make a lot of progress on old ideas. We got a bill passed to allow elementary school kids to have more recess time. We also, for the first time, got a partial Medicaid expansion in the House of Delegates budget. Most of the bills that I carried this past year are things that I'm going to be bringing back, maybe with some minor tweaks in the language. The process in Richmond is kind of like beating your head against a brick wall, but fortunately I'm hard-headed, and if I beat my head against that wall enough, eventually the wall will break. Is really sort of at 36,000 feet. Where people's lives are really impacted is state governments. The Democrats have lost over 900 seats in state legislatures since the beginning of the Obama era. But we're starting to turn the tide on that. We're starting to actually fight back on that front. And it's really making a difference. The difference was absolutely apparent here in Virginia. Never lose your sense of outrage. People are shocked when they first see how the political system actually runs, when they see it, up close and personal. But a lot of people tend to get numb to it. They get acclimated. They get used to seeing a dysfunctional system, and they stop being so outraged, and they get into this complacent state. But you can't do that. I mean, we have so much work to do. You have to keep that sense of righteous indignation whenever you see injustice. You have to keep that going, keep it in your mind, keep it in your heart, and keep fighting on every front.